Hey everyone, Erna here. Welcome to episode 2 of Ice and Fire Dragons. Now, I have a big project in mind for today, but before we get into that, I've been feeling a little guilty. And I'll tell you why. I feel like we haven't established a very good relationship with our downstairs neighbors. So I think before we get into that, we're just gonna collect a few flowers and, place them on these graves here and just tell these ghosts down here that we don't mean any harm. So we'll just place them beside these graves here, and that looks good to me. Let's hope that there won't be any hard feelings. So my big project today involves that skeleton spawner I found last time. So let's get down to it and clear this area out first. Alright, I think I've cleared out a big enough space for this to be a good spawnable area. It's been a long time since I've built one of these, but oops, I believe that the concept is I'll have to put in some water to push these guys into one singular spot for me to whack at them from below. But before I start on any of that, I will need to place this water. So let's get placing. Boom. Alright, for the second phase of my plan. Yes, perfect. Oh. Aha. Okay, so we've got our spawner area started down there. Now I'm just going to make some chests for some storage down there at the bottom, and a hopper as well. So let's get these chests, and let's add some of this iron, so we have the hopper we need. And I'm also going to create a stone cutter while I'm at it, because I'm going to need a lot of stone decoration blocks, and I don't want to be wasting materials. Now just to test that this works. Perfect. Now I was originally going to build this spawner, the decoration rather, out of stone bricks, but I tried it in my testing world and it looks ugly. So I'm going to the Nether right now to get some black stone instead. So I headed into the Nether, and I actually needed some crimson stem as well as some glowstone. So I whacked a couple of trees, I smacked a couple of glowstone, and I picked up a bit of soul sand just to be safe. And then I got to my blackstone mining area, I picked up many stacks of that, and I also got a little netherrack while I was at it because I will need some nether brick fences. And then that was all she wrote. Hey there! So a lot has happened since I last talked to you guys. I decided to dig out a huge pit off camera because I didn't think that would be too exciting. But pretty much I dug a huge pit straight down to where the skeleton spawner lets out. And I filled the bottom with water, and I made a bubble elevator with that soul sand I collected. But before I give you guys the tour, I am all out of coal to smelt that netherrack. And as I was mining for coal, you wouldn't guess what I found. Diamond right next to it, and it was a good amount. I believe 6 blocks. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, 6 pieces of diamond, and I was very pleased with that. And then I got my netherrack into the furnace with that coal, and I also put down my stone cutter so that I could start converting my blackstone into what I needed. So my idea for this is to build a well right on top of the giant pit that I excavated, so it's like jumping into a spooky well where the skeleton spawner lies. And I also made some crimson fences for my bubble elevator at the bottom. But now it's time to get to work on the skeleton well. I've stopped back at the old homestead to hunt some squid. I need a lot of black dye for this next portion of the build. And now that I've got the souls of a couple dozen squids on my conscience, I think it's time to pretty up this little spawner arrival room. Let's go! So, as I was admiring my new well with my best friend Randolph, a very good boy, this stranger just shows up with his two annoying pets. He's got all this junk on him, and I say, dude! Hey guys, so it's almost done. Let's go take a look at what it's looking like right now. So you know that graveyard soil I was complaining about last episode? I've managed to use it as this really cool soil for the base of the well, as well as some soul soil in there. I've got the exit to my bubble elevator, and I've got all these soul lanterns hung all around. I'm so happy with how this well turned out. Let's take a jump, skip, and a dive down. As you can see, I filled the walls of the well with black stone bricks, and it's created this sort of pitch black effect all the way down as you jump. It's so cool. And then as we get into the spawning area, we have these redstone lamps all around the top. We've got some storage areas. This is where the skeletons will jump down, and all of their drops get collected right into this chest on the left. And there's some more chests I can add on this right area, almost full of chests. And this ceiling is my favorite part with this black glazed terracotta. It fits the spooky vibe so well. But now, it's time to do what I'm most scared to do, and probably what you guys are most excited to see. Let's unlight the skeleton spawner. Okay, it's official. The spawner is completely dark, which means it's time to start harvesting some sweet bones. Let's get a big old running leap into our well. Oh, that's so satisfying. And oh, do you see that? Our first pair of spindly skeleton legs. And goodbye. Let's keep them coming. And then I waited for a long time. Too long. Pass it around 5 and... Uh-oh. Do I have to use my authorized personnel entrance? Indeed I did, and as soon as I poked my head in to see what was going on, skeletons started spawning normally, and I was so confused as to what was going wrong. So I closed things back up, and I went back to the bottom, and not one skeleton was there. I adjusted the height of the spawning platform thinking that would do something, but nothing happened when I did that. So I went back up to the spawner itself, I checked in, and immediately skeletons spawned again. I was so confused. And this time when I got back to the spawner, there were a bunch of spindly skeleton legs waiting for me. What? Hey guys, I'm back. with answers. So it turns out the reason the skeletons weren't spawning had nothing to do with chunks and to do with the fact that you have to be within 16 blocks of the spawner for anything to spawn. So I made some alterations. I added a trapdoor for access to this stairwell that takes me up to 16 blocks below the spawner. So what I'm going to do in this AFK platform is zhuzh it up a little bit. I'm going to add some redstone lamps and cover them up with some blackstone brick stairs to make it look like the walls are cracked and letting this light in. I really like this effect. And we're going to be spending a lot of time up here, so I think we should home it up with some inspirational messages on the walls and, you know, a bone. And now that our AFK platform is a little more decorated, let's check. Oh yeah, while we've been building up there, we've been getting a lot of mans stuck down here. I am gonna need a sword that's specifically for, oh, even more guys are dropping down. A sword specifically for sweeping edge these guys. All right, we've got a little bit of loot already from that first round of critters. We're going to organize our drops in these chests over here, armor in this one, bones in this one, and bows in this one. But I really want this power 2 bow for myself. Alright everyone, that's going to be it for today's episode. What do you think of the skeleton well? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!